The first chill breath of autumn has touched your cheek, and you are overwhelmed by sadness as you realize that summer is dying. And you hear your heart cry out, "Summer, please don't go. Not so soon. After all we've been to each other, you have given me so much joy, and I have loved you." But then you sigh. You know with infinite certainty all things must pass, and that you must not grieve over that which is lost. And you turn your face again to autumn and say, "I'm looking forward to knowing you." Come, fly with me. Alison Steele, the Night Bird, at WNEW FM, in stereo.
talking with all of my friends. We shattered under like the thunder. I wanna be your friend. I wanna call ya, I wanna ball ya all night long. You miss the passion, my whip is lashing. I wanna get you in bed. You see you shaking, I ain't faking. Oh baby, this is the end. I'm overloaded, my head exploding. I wanna get you in bed. I wanna call ya, I wanna ball you. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, you're strange. Don't let me play. You're strange. Don't let me play. Ooh, you're strange. Don't let me play. You're strange. Don't let me play. Ooh, you're strange. Don't let me play. You're strange. Don't let me play. Oh no.
T-Rex, formerly Tyrannosaurus Rex, from the new album Slider and Baby Strange. There's been so much flack in the last couple of days or week about the fact that, I don't know if you've heard this, in England there is a brand of lard that I suppose would be comparable to maybe Crisco or, one of our leading brands over here, and the name of it is Trex, T-R-E-X. And, of course, since T-Rex is catapulted to the pinnacle of fame over there in London, it seems that has given Trex, this ordinary household product, a new lease on life, and the young people in Britain can't get the Trex fast enough just because it apparently relates to T-Rex, or maybe they think it's T-Rex lard, I don't know. But in any case, if they sold stock in Trex, now would be the time to buy it. Before Baby Strange, we heard Argent from their current album, In Tragedy, and we started the set with Atomic Rooster from the brand new album, and Breathless. WNEW-FM 102.7 on your dial, Metro Media Stereo in New York. I'm Alison Steele, the Nightbird, on this Labor Day until 2 a.m.
Back home they used to call me Sweet William, 'cause candy was my thing. Sometimes after school we'd buy things and trade with each other. I used to have to give up 10 marbles and a skate key just to get one Hershey bar. Man, I was the happiest cat around. There's nothing like it you'll ever see. A face as happy as it can be. There's nothing like the face of a kid when it's munching on the greatest taste around. Hershey, the great American chocolate bar. The Hershey bar has one thing no other chocolate bar has. Hershey's real milk chocolate. And if you like almonds, get the Hershey bar with freshly roasted almonds. Hershey, the great American chocolate bar. You love the taste of a Hershey.
It's a great spot. The chocolate bar with soul, they ought to say. I'd trade my skate key anytime for a chocolate bar. I was just thinking about that, how much I love candy and how much, well, it's important, you know. Candy gives you that. I wish I hadn't started thinking about that now. I'm going to think about something else. I don't want to think about candy. I'm going to think about a Volvo 144e sedan, and that costs $3,900. Now, when you first look, it's hard to see why, because you can't see that the body is so strong you can stack 7 Volvos on top of each other without squashing the one on the bottom, or that Volvo has more front seat legroom than a Cadillac, more rear seat legroom than a Buick Electra, a bigger trunk than a Lincoln Continental, 4-wheel power disc brakes, radial tires, and fuel injection. They're not obvious either when you look at the Volvo, but their advantages will become obvious when you look up your local Volvo dealer in the Yellow Pages and test drive a Volvo. And when you do, you'll notice that white walls, tinted glass, fully reclining bucket seats, carpeting, and a rear window defroster are also standard, which merely means when you buy a Volvo, you're getting a lot of things you can see in many $3,900 cars, as well as a lot of things you can't see. Price excludes dealer delivery, preparation, state and local taxes.
This is part 3 in the continuing saga of Barney's 3rd annual warehouse sale, which starts Tuesday at 7th Avenue and 17th Street. Open 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Here's what they've got. 59 Hart, Schaffner, and Mark suits, nationally advertised at $140 to $150, now $43.74. 23 Stanley Blacker shirt suits in chamois suede, value $170, now $63.97. 76 Burberry's midi trench coats, value $105, now $41.87. 93 Petroselli suits, value $145 to $155, now $68.37. Pick up a handy six-pack, friends. 266 crewneck and cardigan sweaters, value $20 to $25, now $8.90. Additional items in Barney's 3rd annual warehouse sale will be continued in 4 other commercials. Stay tuned.
I certainly will, Ollie. A while back, Beaver and Krause had an album out called Gandharva, a very unusual sound, and they made a lot of friends with that album, and they have a new one out now. It's called All Good Men, and they have a variety of sounds in it, some very much reminiscent of the Gandharva album, and then this sound.
just take a seat. I know your children rusty blade has not been punished there. She has watched the grass and fade, taken of a spell. Though I hope for something to find, I can see it go. Makes me unwind. Though I hope for something to find, I can see it go. Makes me unwind.
WNEW FM in stereo. Nutrocker from Emerson, Lake and Palmer pictures at an exhibition, and Procol Harum, the live performance of Conquistador. And then we finished with Yes from the Time and a Word album, their second album, and the Richie Havens song, No Opportunity Necessary, No Experience Needed. This is the Asylum Choir.
Well, have you heard the daily news? Mr. Goody-Good Gumshoe, he had to pay the few just to keep the windy pretty. If it showed the chalky yard dogs are gnawing on the full-time. But it's such an unconventional friendly city. Sweet home Chicago, sweet home Chicago, sweet home Chicago. Yes, and I may never go home no more. And hit 'em low and stack 'em high, or stand 'em down and watch 'em fry. We've got to clean up the student bodies way down in Mexico. Hey man, here's what to do. You got to see Chicago Zoo. They got the flying northern redneck and the goose-tail point of view. Sweet home Chicago, sweet home Chicago, sweet home Chicago. And darling, I may never go home no more. Sweet home Chicago, 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 sweet home Chicago. Sweet home Chicago. One long time and easy. And the line is drawing long. For my baby, she's still waiting. But I ain't gonna let 'em catch me, no. I ain't gonna let 'em catch me midnight rider. Well, my home is on the south side. Only you know and I know all the love we got to show. So don't refuse to believe it by reading too many meanings. 'Cause you know
We started that set with the Asylum Choir, which you may know was Leon Russell and Mark Benno, and Sweet Home Chicago, followed by Joe Cocker and his new single, Midnight Rider, and then Delaney and Bonnie, Only You Know That I Know, and Dave Mason with Pearly Queen. WNEW-FM, Metro Media Stereo in New York, 102.7 on your dial. I'm Alison Steele, the Night Bird here.
Every summer, thousands of college kids come to Stockbridge, Massachusetts for the music festivals, to visit the farm communes in the Berkshires, and to order a bowl of borscht at Alice's restaurant.
Why don't you all call out your orders at once?
With neat things like this to do so close to New York, the last thing you want to waste time on is back-to-school shopping. That's why it makes sense to get it all over with fast at Barney's. Barney's Underground can sell you everything from a set of overalls to a double-breasted French wool midi coat. Barney's Madison Room has a super square Shetland jacket that looks super hip with a pair of tight leathers from Barney's Leather and Suede Shop. And if you're going back to school, Barney's will put a rush on your free alterations. So take your choice, spending days at a bunch of different stores, or Barney's and this.
This is Alice, your Earth Mother.
Get more out of what little's left of summer. Get it all at Barney's.
Sounds like a good idea. WNEW-FM in stereo, the Moody Blues.
inside that you need so much. The sight of a touch, or the scent of a sound, or the strength of an oak with roots deep in the ground. The wonder of flowers to be covered and then to burst up through tarmac to the sun again, or to fly to the sun without burning a wing, to lie in a meadow and hear the grass sing, to have all these things in our memories all, and to use them to help us to
Just for me. Ride. Talk to
mommy's at home sleeping. No time to understand, 'cause they lost what they thought they were keeping. No one can see us in your sweet dream. Don't let you leave to start the car. All wrapped up tightly in the coat you borrowed from me. Your place of resting is not far. You hear my voice is calling to be mine again. Live the rest of your life today. Get out and get what you can while your mommy's at home sleeping. No time to understand, 'cause they lost what they thought they were keeping. Get out and get what you can while your mommy's at home sleeping. No time to understand, 'cause they lost what they thought they were keeping.
Jethro Tull from the Living in the Past album and Sweet Dreams. Before that, the Kinks from their brand new album, Everybody's in Show Business, Here Comes Yet Another Day. And we heard from the Moody's from Search for a Lost Chord, Departure, Seesaw, and House of Four Doors.